Norman Rockwell's quest to paint the Four Freedoms actually began in failure. He made a series of sketches and came to Washington, D.C. and presented them at the Office of War Information. The leadership at the time rejected the idea and sent him away without a commission to paint Roosevelt's Four Freedoms. On his trip home, however, he stopped in Philadelphia and met with his editors at the Saturday Evening Post, who embraced the idea and instructed Rockwell to go home, not to work on other features, but to focus on the Four Freedoms. He was given 3 months to do the Four Freedoms. It took him 7 to conceive and paint the pictures once he began. The first painting that he worked on, the one that gave him the inspiration for the series, was Freedom of Speech. As Rockwell recalls in his biography, he woke up, he was struggling, as Rockwell always did, struggling to come up with the concept, the idea of how he would actually embody an abstract idea such as freedom of speech. And he says he woke up one night and recalled a meeting in the town, Arlington, where he lived at the time, a town hall meeting, and a debate that took place in Arlington about whether or not to rebuild the school that had recently burned down, or whether the children would be bused to the next district and taxes would be saved. He remembered an incident when his neighbor rose to oppose the idea of building the new school. And what he remembered is the rest of the meeting, listening respectfully, hearing the point of view, and then, by the way, the gentleman lost the vote. The town voted to enact the tax, $80,000, and to borrow $80,000 to build the new schoolhouse. So this was a dissenting voice. He came with the idea of essentially putting a blackboard in the background, a neutral background, so that the speaker would stand tall amongst a group of people who were listening, holding the annual report of the town, the agenda of the meeting, the agenda here of the taxes, and you see eyes looking and ears emphasized, because freedom of speech is about the obligation to listen and respectful listening. And so Rockwell created this image that showed everyone paying respect and proper attention. Oh, and by the way, that's an image of Norman Rockwell in the far corner, also showing his ears and his eyes, listening to the speech.